It's Sunday night. You're laying in bed, phone in your hand, alarm already set for tomorrow, and for no clear reason, your chest feels tight. Not because you hate your job, but because deep down, you know exactly how tomorrow goes. Same drive, same building, same chair, same screen, same 8 hours traded for a number that never seems to move your life forward. The scary thought hits you: if I stop showing up, my entire life stops. That feeling, that's what we're talking about. We're going to look at why the thing you were told is safe, your 9 to 5, might actually be the most dangerous financial position you can be in. This isn't about motivation, it's about math, and it's about psychology. From the time we're kids, we're taught a very clean story. Go to school, get a job, work hard, retire. The word that's always attached to this path is safe. But a job isn't safe, it's conditional. You only get paid if the company is profitable, if your department is needed, if the economy is okay, if nothing gets automated. History is clear about this. In 2020, over 22 million jobs vanished in the U.S. in a matter of weeks. In 2023 and 2024, mass layoffs hit tech, finance, and media. People who did everything right were still gone. A 9 to 5 is not ownership, it's a subscription, and the company can cancel it any time. No refund, no warning. Now let's do the math nobody shows you. Say you make $50,000 a year. After taxes, that's maybe $3,200 a month. Subtract real life, rent, car, food, bills, and you're left with maybe $600. $600 to save, to invest, for your entire future, if nothing goes wrong. You work for 40 years, you earn $2 million gross. Sounds big, but after inflation, after emergencies, after life happens, the Federal Reserve says the median retirement savings for Americans in their 60s is under $90,000. Median, meaning half of people have less. Here's why. A job pays you in a straight line, an hour for $1. Your income is capped by someone else's decision. But a business doesn't pay you for time, it pays you for value, and value scales. This brings us to psychology. A job feels safe because the risk is hidden. A business feels scary because the risk is visible. When you start something, you see the zero customers, the lack of guarantee. Your brain screams danger. But with a job, the risk doesn't disappear, it just goes quiet until one email ruins your month. We're terrible at evaluating slow risk. We fear cliffs, but we ignore erosion. We fear starting from zero, but we ignore staying stuck. A 9 to 5 slowly trades your adaptability for comfort. Your main financial skill becomes don't get fired. That is not security. That is dependence. So let's compare two people over 10 years. Person A works a job, gets small raises, and ends up at $65,000 a year. After 10 years, they have a resume and a salary. They're still trading time for money. Person B spends years trying and failing at businesses, but their third one finally works. After 10 years, they have a system. They have customers. They have skills. They have assets. Even if that business dies, they now know how to sell, how to market, how to adapt. They are no longer dependent on a single door. That's the part nobody emphasizes. It isn't just about the money, it's about positioning. It's about building a foundation where you are the one in control, not the one who can be canceled. And that might be the only real safety there is.
Here's where this stops being about income and starts being about identity. Because the most dangerous thing a 9 to 5 does is not that it pays you slowly, it's that it quietly, methodically trains your brain. Over time, your job conditions you to see money as something you were given, not something you create. You don't wake up thinking, how can I solve a real problem today? You wake up thinking, what does my role require? You stop looking for opportunities and start looking for instructions. You don't build leverage, you protect your position. And slowly, without anyone ever saying it out loud, your entire financial survival becomes dependent on staying approved. Approved by a boss, approved by a company, approved by a system you don't control. So instead of developing sales ability, persuasion, or market awareness, your main financial skill becomes don't mess this up, don't get fired, don't stand out too much. And here's the part nobody prepares you for. The longer you stay in an environment where outcomes are decided for you, the harder it becomes to operate in a world where outcomes depend on you. Comfort doesn't just feel good. Comfort rewires you. It weakens your problem-solving muscles. And then one day, when you actually need to adapt, your confidence collapses faster than your income. That's the real danger. Not low pay, a trophy. But there's another path. It's one that builds the opposite of a trophy, anti-fragility. Anti-fragile means a system doesn't just survive stress, it improves because of it. When you run a business, every problem is an upgrade. If ads stop working, you learn marketing. If customers don't buy, you learn psychology. If competitors appear, you learn positioning. One environment converts pressure into skill, the other concentrates pressure into risk. This is why two people can lose their income and only one of them panics, because one lost a paycheck, the other still owns a process, and a process can be rebuilt. And this leads to the hidden math of ownership. When you work a job, every year resets. January 1st, new targets, same position, same dependency. Your past effort doesn't stack, but a business stacks. Customers stack, content stacks, reputation stacks. Let's say you build a small service that makes $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. Most people think that's not impressive, but you didn't just make $36,000. You built an asset. A stable system like that, even at a small 3x multiple, is a $108,000 asset. A job pays you once. Ownership can pay you again and again. Now, what about the line that always comes up? Most businesses fail. The U.S. Small Business Administration shows around 20% fail in the first year, but that means 80% don't. By year 5, half are still operating. And that statistic is weighed down by capital-heavy, low-margin businesses like restaurants and retail stores, not modern, skill-based digital businesses. The failure rate of "I tried one idea and quit" is very different from "I built a marketable skill and tested offers." The irony is, a well-built business is often safer than a job. A job has one income source, one decision maker, one point of failure. A business is 50 customers, 3 platforms, multiple offers. If one leaves, you adjust. If your boss leaves, you're unemployed. A job is a single-engine plane. A business is learning how to build engines. So what do you do with this? You don't quit. That's emotion, not strategy. Here's the intelligent path. First, reframe your job. It's not your future, it's your investor. It funds your skill acquisition. Second, start skill first, not idea first. Ask, what problem can I get dangerously good at solving? Third, build proof on the side. One client, one sale. Revenue removes fear faster than motivation ever will. And finally, transition when your systems can replace your salary, when the cash flow makes the decision boring. A 9-to-5 is not evil, but it is not safe. The people who struggle most aren't the ones who fail at business. They're the ones who never build the ability to operate without permission. The real danger is not instability, it's dependence. And once you understand that, you stop asking, how do I find something secure? And you start asking, how do I become someone who can't be cornered? That question changes everything.